Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to a new Principle tutorial. Today we are animating this screen right here. We are creating a screen transition to a detail screen of a news article. And what we basically do is to animate this button right here. And if we click it, we get a smooth transition to this second screen. I want to show you how you can scale things, how you can change opacities and create this splash screen-like effect. Many apps like Twitter and so on use this effect on their apps, on their splash screens, but we are simply using it for a normal screen transition to go from a overall overview screen to a detail screen. Okay, follow the steps and enjoy the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do with this UI kit that we have right here, by the way, it's also linked down in the video description below, is to import it to Principle. Now open up Principle real quick, and all you have to do is to just go over here to import, and it's already right there. Click import and we get our two artboards imported automatically directly from Sketch to Principle like that. Now it's the wrong way around, so just replace the order, change the order of these layers. And what we want to do, of course, is to animate this button. This button should make a tap animation over here to this screen. By the way, what you can do as well is to just click this icon right here and drag, which will automatically use the tab like transition. Now we have the arrow right here. If we play it right now, you see we have a weird arrow that's flying to the top, and there is not really happening something special in here. So we have arrow, and we should call this thing right here arrow X or anything else. Give it any name that you can think of, but it only has to be unique. So you see we have a plain transition now without any animations, and we are starting to animate this button right here, right now. So what we are going to do is to copy the button and place it at the top of our second artboard. Now what we want to do is to scale the button so that we don't have any visible content on the second artboard right now, like that. You see that we don't see anything. Let's change the opacity to 0%. Now let's try it out. If we click it, it's really happening very fast. You don't really see anything, but it's expanding, and the opacity of the button is changing to 0%. We are going to change this. We are going to say the animation should be a little bit longer, and the opacity should start like quarter a second later, like that. Click get started, and right now you see we get a better animation of the content and of these screens. What I still don't like, of course, is that we have a weird transition of these actual screens. The button is okay, the button is quite fine, but the screens are transitioned very hard, in a hard way. So what we're going to do is to select all of the content of our first artboard, copy it, and paste it below the button on our second artboard, like that. Then we hit Command and G to group it up. And we can, of course, also group up all of our content from our first artboard. Now select the group on the second artboard, change the opacity to 0%, which should actually change the way our transition is happening. What we still have to do is to change this bar right here. Now when we just leave it right there, it wouldn't look that nice, but instead we just place it somewhere like that, and right now we should see a smooth transition of the screens. The button is like overlaying all of the elements, and we get a very smooth transition. Now, if you look at the bottom of the screen while I click the button and while it's scaling up, you see that there is still a quite harsh transition. So we still have to we have to move this bar right here to get it right. Let's try it again. I think that looks much better right now. Maybe we have to maybe we have to change the length, the duration of this transition right here. Let's try it again, and I think this is a pretty nice result. If we click this button, let me make it a bit bigger for you to just explore it. Let me just minimize all this stuff in the background right here so we can focus on the actual animation. We see we have a clear, clean transition behind this scaling button. I think this is a nice way to create transitions between screens where you maybe don't have elements that are representative on both screens. Of course, we could animate one of these cards right here, so they are expanding or something like that to this photo and the title and so on. But we did that before, many times before, and I just want to show you some other ways to animate and to create transitions between two screens. And I think this is a nice, simple way that you can use. You can of course also use this for any splash screens. You see a lot of splash screens like the Twitter splash screen, where you can simply wait for the Twitter logo to expand, and after it's expanded you get your content timeline. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, hit the thumb up button below and subscribe if you haven't. And of course, if you have any questions, shoot them down. The link to download this user interface is also in the video description. And yeah, so thank you for your time and enjoy your week. See you!